At the beginning of the 14th century, when the Delhi Sultanate was preparing to extend southwards, Deccan and South India were divided into four kingdoms. The Yadavas of Devagiri, Western Deccan or present Maharashtra, the Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, Karnataka, the Kakatiyas of Warangal, eastern part of present Telangana, and the Pandyas of Madurai, southern Tamil Nadu. During the two expeditions of the General Malik Kafur, first in 1304 and then in 1310, these old states faced defeat one after another and lost most of their accumulated wealth to the plundering raids of the Sultanate army. The Tughlaq dynasty continued its southern expeditions and into southern India under the rule of its military officers. Muhammad Tughlaq 1325 to 51 even tried to make Devagiri, renamed as Daulatabad, as the capital to command the vast conquered territory more effectively, but his experiments failed and brought misery to the people when he shifted the capital back to Delhi. His subordinates in the south declared independence. Thus, Madurai became an independent sultanate in 1333. Zafar Khan, who declared independence in 1345 at Devagiri, shifted his capital to Gulbarga in northern Karnataka. He took the title Bahman Shah, and the dynasty founded became known as the Bahmani dynasty, 1347 to 1527. A few years later, in 1336, the Vijayanagar kingdom was established by the Sangama brothers Harihara and Bukka at Vijayanagara, present-day Hampi, on the south bank of Tungabhadra. During the next two centuries, these two states fought continually and bitterly to control the rich Raichur Doab and also the seaports of Goa, Honavar, etc. on the west coast, which were the supply points of the horses needed for their army. There are several kinds of sources, literary, epigraphical, and archaeological, available for the study of this period. Several Persian accounts written by the court historians of the Bahmani Sultanate relating to Bahmani Vijayanagar conflicts have survived, though they contain some biased and exaggerated information. They provide rare eyewitness accounts relating to the battles, the palace intrigues, the life and sufferings of the people on either side, etc., which are lacking in inscriptions. The Kannada and Telugu literature like Manu Charitram, Saluvabu, Budayam, etc., patronized in the Vijayanagar court, give ge- genealogical, political, and social information. The Telugu work Raya Vachakamu gives interesting details about the Nayankara system and Krishnadevaraya. Several foreign visitors who came to South India during the 14th and to 16th centuries wrote about their travels, which throw useful light on the political, social, and cultural aspects of them. Ibn Battuta, a Moroccan traveler, 1333 to 45; Abdul Razak from Persia, 1443 to 1445; Nikitin, a Russian, 1470 to 1474. The Portuguese visitors Domingo Paes and Nunes, 1520 to 37, provide remarkably rich information. Thousands of inscriptions in Kannada, Tamil and Telugu, besides a number of plate charters in Sanskrit are available, and above sources add to the epigraphical information. There are a rich variety of archaeological sources in the form of temples, palaces, forts, mosques, etc. Numismatic evidence is also available in abundance. The Vijayanagar kings issued a large number of gold coins called Varaha, also called Pun in Tamil and Honnu in Kannada. These old coins have the images of various Hindu deities and animals like the bull, the elephant, and the fabulous Ganda Berunda, a double eagle, sometimes holding an elephant in each beak and claw. The legend contains the king's name either in Nagari or in Kannada script. Bahmani Kingdom, Alauddin Hassan Bahman Shah, 1347 to 1358. Rivalry with the Vijayanagar kingdom over the fertile Raichur Doab lying between the Krishna and Tungabhadra rivers not only marked the early history of the Bahmani kingdom but continued to be an enduring feature over 2 centuries. Bahman Shah had also to contend in the east with the rulers of Warangal and Orissa. In order to facilitate smooth administration as followed in the Delhi Sultanate, he divided the kingdom into four territorial divisions called tarafs, each under a governor. Each governor commanded the army of his province. Gulbarga, Daulatabad, Bidar, and Berar, and was solely responsible for both its administration and the collection of revenue. The system worked well under a powerful king, but its dangers became apparent under a weak ruler. For the greater part of his reign of 11 years, Bahman was engaged in subduing the unruly in his kingdom and in establishing order. His attempt to exact an annual tribute from the state of Warangal, the Reddy kingdoms of Rajamundri and Kondavidu, led to frequent wars. Bahman Shah emerged victorious in all these expeditions and assumed the title Second Alexander on his coins. Muhammad I, 1358 to 1375. Muhammad I succeeded Bahman Shah. There was a decade-long war with Vijayanagar, most of which related to control over the Raichur Doab. Neither side gained lasting control over the region in spite of the huge fatalities in the battles. Two bitter wars with Vijayanagar gained him nothing, but his attack on Warangal in 1363 brought him a large indemnity, including the important fortress of Golconda and the treasured turquoise throne, which thereafter became the throne of the Bahmani kings. Turquoise is a semi-precious stone, sky blue in color. Turquoise throne is one of the bejeweled royal seats of the Persian kings, described in Firdausi's Shahnama. Muhammad I established a good system of government that was followed by all the successor sultanates as well as by the Marathas later. He appointed a council of 8 ministers of state, Wakil us Sultana or lieutenant of the kingdom, the immediate subordinate of the sovereign, Wazir-e-Kul who supervised the work of all other ministers, Amir-e-Jumla, Minister of Finance, Wazir-e-Ashraf, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Master of Ceremonies, Nazir, Assistant Minister for Finance, Peshwa who was associated with the Lieutenant of the Kingdom, Kotwal or Chief of Police, and City Magistrate in the capital, Sadar-e-Jahan or Chief Justice and Minister of Religious Affairs and Endowments. He took strong measures for the suppression of highway robbery. Institutional and geographic consolidation under Muhammad Shah laid a solid foundation for the kingdom. He built two mosques at Gulbarga. One, the Great Mosque, completed in 1367, remains an impressive building. The next 100 years saw a great number of sultans, one after the other, by succession or usurpation. All of them fought with the southern neighbor, but without much territory, gaining much territory. In 1425, Warangal was subdued, and their progress further eastwards was challenged by the Orisan rulers. The capital was shifted from Gulbarga to Bidar in 1429. The rule of Muhammad III, 1463 to 1482, is worthy of mention because of his lieutenant Muhammad Gawan, a great statesman. Muhammad Gawan, a Persian by birth, Muhammad Gawan was well versed in Islamic theology, Persian, and mathematics. He was also a poet and a prose writer. The Muhammad Gawan Madrasa in Bidar, with a large library containing 3,000 manuscripts, is illustrative of his scholarship. Gawan served with great distinction as Prime Minister under Muhammad III and contributed extensively to the dynamic development of the Bahmani kingdom. Gawan fought successful wars against the rulers of Konkan, Orissa, and Vijayanagar. He was known for his administrative techniques. He used Persian chemists to teach the preparation and the use of gunpowder. In his war against the Vijayanagar kings in Belgaum, he used gunpowder in order to tighten the administration and to curb the power of provincial governors who functioned virtually as kings. Gawan divided the existing four provinces of the Bahmani Sultanate into 8. This is not only the limited area under the rule of each governor, but also made the provincial administration more manageable. He placed some districts in the provinces directly under central administration. Gavan sought to curtail the military powers of the governors by allowing them to occupy only one fort in their territory. The other forts remained under the Sultan's direct control. The royal officers were given land assignments as they were made accountable to the Sultan for the income and expenditure. The administrative reforms introduced by Gavan improved the efficiency of the government but curtailed the powers of the provincial chiefs were mostly Deccanis. So, already existing rivalry between the two groups of nobles, Deccani Muslims and Pardesi and foreigner Muslims, further intensified and conflicts broke out. Gavan became a victim of this tussle for power, although he remained fair and neutral in this conflict. Jealous of his success, they forged a letter to implicate Gavan in a conspiracy against Sultan. Sultan himself was not happy with Gavan's dominance and ordered his execution. Gavan's execution augured ill for the Sultanate. Several other foreign monarchs who were considered the strongest pillars of the state began to leave for their provinces, leading to the disintegration of the Sultanate. Art and architecture. The Bahmanis constructed many buildings in cities such as Gulbarga, Bidar, and Bijapur. Numerous mosques, madrasas, and libraries were built. The Jami Masjid at Gulbarga, the Golconda Fort at Ahmedabad, Gol Gumbaz at Bijapur, the Chand Minar at Bidar are some of the best specimens of Bahmani architecture. The sultans developed Indo-Saracenic style of architecture. Decline of the Bahmani kingdom. After the death of Sultan Muhammad III, after the death of Sultan Muhammad III, five of his descendants succeeded him on the throne, but they were kings only in name. During this period, Sultanate broke into four independent kingdoms: Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Berar, and Golconda. Bidar, where the Bahmani Sultan ruled as a puppet, became the fifth one. Among these, Bijapur became powerful by annexing Bidar and Berar in course of time. Though Ahmednagar and Golconda acted independently, they finally joined with Bijapur to fight their common enemy, Vijayanagar. Vijayanagar was utterly routed in the Battle of Talikota or Rashashi Tangadi, Rakshasi Tangadi in 1565. Thereafter, within a century, the sultanates were vanquished one after the another and then taken over by the Mughal state.